It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm high as shit, okay? I passed out a little while ago. I probably look like I'm half asleep. I apologize for that. But I got up and I was like, you know what? I like J. Cole as a rapper. He's honestly one of my favorite, but the truth is, I never really listened to a lot of his early music. Like there was a period of time, which I know people never believe me when I say this, but from like 2012 to 2013 or so, up until 2018, 2019, really, when I started to do some music reactions on my channel and my channel started to grow and take off, I didn't listen to music. I missed all the drops from 2012 to about 2019. And I feel like that was the main era for like J. Cole, Kendrick, like that was where the majority of their catalog came out. And I just remember hearing their names. And I know it's hard to I just didn't listen to music. I don't know. I was working all the time. I was really busy. There's a lot of shit going on. So I wanted to go back and maybe dive into some of the early music from J. Cole, maybe Kendrick, that period of time. So if you guys are down, comment down below. Let me know. Should we check out the rest of the come up mixtape? Should we check out just random songs? You guys can put requests in the comments. I'll go for the ones that are the most liked or the ones I see the most often or whatever the case is, and we'll try to get through everything. But let me know. We'll see. This video might get 5 views. I have no idea, but we're gonna give it a shot. So let's see what this one's all about.
Let me try this.
So if I'm not mistaken, this was his debut project.
Money coming soon. I'm presidents to represent me. Homie, what up?
And this is a classic beat. That's why I picked this.
Yeah. Give me my money, man. Why else would a nigga be grinding? Out for them diamonds, dog. How else could a nigga be shining? I'm glowing, knowing that the flow intact. Get this record deal. I swear to God, my first meal, I'm blowing that. Like fuck it, I know I grow it back. Shit is nothing. Funny how black.
You know what's funny is the way that he says, as soon as I get that label and that money, I'm gonna blow the shit because I know I'll get it back. Like I get that it's coming from a confidence place. Like I know I'm so good that that money's gonna continue to come in. So I'll blow that first shit. But of all rappers, J. Cole feels like the least likely to actually have done that. Like he's the most conscious, like I'm gonna actually approach this like a smart person. This man still rides a bike. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting chauffeured around and all that kind of stuff, but you know he got money.
Else could a nigga be shining? I'm
It's
glowing,
interesting.
knowing that the flow intact. Get this record deal, I swear to God, my first meal, I'm blowing that. Like fuck it, I know I grow it back. Shit is nothing. Funny how blacks spend they dough on mad shit for stunting, but shit, that's all we know, man. That's how a niggas raised. You learn about two things: getting pussy, getting paid.
Okay, so this might be him actually bringing attention to the fact that that's how people approach it. Okay, I thought this was him saying he's gonna. I'm like, yo, that is not J. Cole though, right? Like, at least the J. Cole that I've learned to know like years later, it didn't seem like it. So that makes more sense. He's just bringing attention to what tends to happen.
You should be getting laid by the time you in 9th grade. So niggas lying on they dick and hoes giving nice brains, yeah. In class dreaming about having these nice things, and then you look around and wonder why you struggling, but them whites ain't.
Yo, he was saying some shit back then. So he's talking about all sorts of stuff. Like this thought process that you have to get laid by 9th grade. So people be lying on their dick, making shit up, just trying to, I slept with her because they want to be cool. Like what's funny is like, you don't realize until a few years after high school, maybe even further out, because at first you kind of still get connected to that core group. You guys go out still, stay in contact, or maybe you went to college, whatever. But like once you're past that and you look back, you realize, yo, none of this shit really mattered. Like if I looked stupid one day, didn't have the right outfit, if people didn't like me because I threw up, oh my God, I got too drunk, whatever the reason was that you thought you could embarrass yourself, you realize that it doesn't really matter because now you're all off living life, dealing with all sorts of responsibilities and different shit. And the last thing you're worried about is what that kid did in 12th grade that you laughed at or something. Like it just doesn't matter. But in the moment, it feels like this is everything. Like I've got to lie. I've got to look a certain way. I've got to approach it like this or like that. And it's really interesting. But there's one more thing that he says right here.
Time you in 9th grade, so niggas lying on they dick and hoes giving nice brains, yeah.
This part.
In class dreaming about having these nice things, and then you look around and wonder why you struggling, but them whites ain't.
That's I'm surprised that was this controversial when he put this out? Because I'm surprised that people weren't on his shit. I feel like nowadays he would have had a whole lot of people on his shit. Like, what do you mean? Because people try to paint these certain narratives, and it's like he's right though. Like he's right. Like I get it. Like I don't want to go into a super long because I've already talked for a long time. But like I get that like people want to say that hey, the system is against us, so on and so forth. I don't feel like that's true nowadays. You can argue that in the past that was though, right? Which is why you seem to see a lot of black people were put in places that ended up being more poverty, right? But there does come a point where when it's not built in a way that's going to put us back. And you can argue that we got started, like let's just say the race started and we only got to start running 10 seconds later. So we've got to catch up. You can argue that, and honestly, I'd probably agree with you to an extent. I feel like it's a long, drawn out conversation to have, but that the point is we were allowed to start running, right? And so at that point, I kind of look at it like similar to some shit that I've heard Will Smith say, not about this specific topic, but at a certain point in life, it's your responsibility to fix shit. You cannot continue to look to other people, right? Like if someone gave you trauma when you were a little bit younger, or you went through a traumatic relationship, whatever it is, like it's messed up that they did that, right? But at some point it becomes your responsibility to fix the problems that came from that trauma, unfortunately, because you're you, right? And so it's on you. You can't expect that person to come back around and somehow find a way to fix it. You can't expect some other person to find a way to fix it. Eventually, it becomes your responsibility to take the right steps. Now, maybe you can go to therapy and the therapist can help you, right? Like, but it's on you to take the steps. You can't just go through life now traumatizing other people because you were traumatized, right? And so it's the same thing. I look at this the same way. Like, I can't just continue to go through life and be like, well, because we started a little bit behind, because way back in the day we were looked at a certain way, things were this way in the system built in to hold us back, and now it's not. I can't just keep pointing to that. Eventually, I feel like it's on me to do everything I can to take the right steps. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be a part of any gang culture or violence or anything. I'm not going to be a part of these certain different. I'm going to learn, educate myself. I'm going to put myself in the best position to make as much money as I can, to be successful, to stay healthy. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? And I get that it's not always like as easy as that, and not everybody starts off in the best position to do that, but it's possible because we've seen it happen. We've seen people go from nothing to millionaires. We've seen it, right? So we know the possibility is there. It's just the mindset, in my opinion. And again, I'm not saying that there's not exceptions to that rule. Like, there's always going to be moments where you can say, well, look, this did hold, and you could be right. But on the overall grand scale, it's not like that anymore. And so you can't continue to point fingers when we have a means, I guess is the way. I don't know. Listen, I'm on a tangent. This is the tangent I didn't want to fucking go on. All right, listen, this is gonna be a long video.
I brush it off.
I blame
like
J. Cole.
It's motivation. Yeah, some niggas gotta walk through life. Some niggas roller skating. Some niggas bypass the steps. Some niggas chose to take them. Yeah, and for that fortune, man, some niggas sold they sold to Satan. But fuck it, man, I ain't hating. I gotta go for mines. My little god sister pregnant now. I put in overtime on my grind like a nigga making Folgers. I'm focused on my bite like a cobra. I'm trying to get my Oprah on. These hoes is crying cause I won't pay him attention. Time is money, bitch, and a nigga paying tuition. Real niggas hustle by using their intuition, while these fake niggas ain't about doing their intuition.
I like that. The play on the intuition. Like that. Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. I'm trying to pause if I don't have to. I paused and you talked a minute there.
Washington, man. I'm tired of those. Yeah. Until I'm rich, ain't no reason to settle, nigga. It's greed to make a nigga wink at the devil to get the cheese. Yeah. You niggas couldn't think on my level, even with trees. You couldn't get this deep with a shovel, now nigga, please. I'm chasing G's, trying to throw some diamonds on and freeze. Sick shit, sneeze on some $1,000 sleeves. Ease to the top, and I'm not finna leave till I'm hot, but my watch got a breeze. A South nigga, boy, I'm shining without the diamonds in my mouth. Out grinding while you reclining on your couch. I'm climbing, you haters blinded by the doubt. My niggas riding is devout, so talking violence out your mouth and you gon' find what I'm about, nigga. Far from a slouch, nigga, I ain't gon' poly with y'all, probably hit you. My hand game like Bobby Fischer, but check.
He said my hand game like Bobby Fischer. Yo, so I don't even, how old was he during this first mixtape that he put out? Because like his flow, like on a technical side, like he's on point pretty much already. He sounds pretty young. He's already got a good mindset, obviously, as far as like the topics that he talks about in this song. I don't know about the entire project, but you clearly could tell that he's more like, I don't want to, like, I guess you could say conscious as far as like conscious rappers and shit like that, but he's just more in tune with life. He looks at things more logically and kind of understands and breaks it. Like, and I like that. That's why I like J. Cole so much. And so it's cool to see that it's just he's kind of always had that, and just so I rock with this. I rock with this so far. But yeah, I'm interested to check more out. I don't know how old he was for this.
I ain't gon' poly with y'all, probably hit you. My hand game like Bobby Fischer, but check them checks is all a nigga thinking. For them presidents, I treat a nigga like Lincoln. Blah. Yeah. Definitely our presidents to represent me, nigga. Money coming soon.
Money
Shaw
coming
was
soon.
good.
I like that.
What it is.
Hey, he wasn't wrong.
Hey,
I like that.
Wire was good. Filthy Rich was good. Germ you out, baby. I ain't made it home yet. I'm coming soon, my nigga.
My man said, money coming soon.
Gotta get up and buy you a drink, you know?
I like that. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say some shit like that. But again, he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. All right, this was dope. We went on a long tangent there. It's tough because like there's certain topics like that where I feel like I can sit here and we could do a 30, 40-minute video. And even better, we could go live and you guys can come in and we can have a real-time conversation. And that shit probably would go for an hour to 2 hours. Like we could really dive in it, not just on that specific topic, but it would branch into things surrounding it that I feel like also are a part of the conversation and need to be discussed to even come to the conclusion on that main topic, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So like it's hard to give my opinion on that. So it's like I feel like I was only able to very little elaborate, and there's so many things outside of that that I would have to explain to make how I even elaborated make full sense of it. You know what I mean? So like just take it lightly, but we could discuss it further at some point, maybe on stop in the live streams. I talk about this shit all the time on live streams, twitch.tv/DuaneTV. We be watching videos, playing game. I do be gaming a lot, but there are times where we just kick it and just talk conversations and break down different situations and shit like that. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys, but take it easy, stay safe. I will catch you in the next one, homies.